Leach, did you know Shirley Temple's cheerful spirit brought hope to millions during the Great Depression? From the elegance of Audrey Hepburn to the warm wit of William Powell, here are the nicest actors in the golden age of Hollywood. 1. James Stewart. James Stewart, affectionately known as Jimmy to those who knew him intimately, was the kind of actor who felt like a friend to everyone who watched his movie. He had this warm, genuine charm that made him incredibly approachable on screen and just as approachable in real life. People admired him because he was not only talented, but also kind and genuinely humble off-camera. Stewart became famous for roles in such classic films as It's a Wonderful Life, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, and Rear Window. His acting style was natural and heartfelt, and audiences believed every word he said. He often played the everyman, a character honest, hardworking, and full of heart. What set Stewart apart was how much he seemed to genuinely care about the people around him. He brought that same sincerity into his real-life relationships, so it's no wonder he is considered one of Hollywood's nicest stars. His friends and co-workers often referred to his politeness and generosity. He was not flashy and not part of the Hollywood lifestyle. He was rather a quiet family man who cherished simple things in life, like flying an airplane since he was a very good pilot. He enjoyed spending time with his family members. During World War II, he suspended his acting career to join the U.S. Army Air Forces as a part of his great patriotism and valor. 2. Audrey Hepburn. More than a Hollywood icon, Audrey was the epitome of gentleness, gance, and kind-heartedness. She portrayed scenes in movies like Breakfast at Tiffany's, Roman Holiday, and Air Lady W. Audrey was appreciated not only for her beauty and talent. She won hearts with a warm smile and caring ways. On screen, Hepburn always played charming, witty, and full-of-life characters. But what set her apart was how much of that was. People who met her said that she was as sweet can be in her movies, and despite the fame attached to her, she treated everyone with dignity and respect. Audrey's life was not always glamorous, however. She grew up in Europe during World War II and experienced hunger and hardship. That experience inspired her later work with UNICEF, where she became a global ambassador. She traveled to some of the world's poorest countries to help children in need, using her star power to bring attention to important causes. Her humanitarian endeavors were as outstanding as her acting career. Her close friends and colleagues always say that Audrey was such a gentle soul. She seemed like a warm person wherever she was, be it at a movie location or an isolated village, because she helped people feel appreciated and counted. 3. Henry Fonda. Henry Fonda was one of those actors who carried himself with quiet dignity on and off the screen. He had this calm, gentle demeanor that made him a gentlemanly star in Hollywood, and so quickly earned his reputation. At a time when most stars were larger than life, Fonda's humility made him more approachable and admired by everyone who knew him. Fonda became famous for the very powerful performances in films like The Grapes of Wrath, 12 Angry Men, and On Golden Pond. Often he portrayed characters who embodied justice and integrity, a lot of which was like his real self. The audiences admired him for making these characters real, and his fellow artists appreciated him for being very professional and kind-hearted. Despite being one of the biggest stars in Hollywood during the Golden Age, Henry Fonda never let his fame go to his head. He was known for treating everyone with respect, whether they were directors, fellow actors, or crew members. His calm demeanor often created a peaceful atmosphere on set, making him a joy to work with. Fonda also valued his family life and seriously took his fatherly role. His children, such as the famous Jane Fonda, have often testified to how caring and understanding he was while juggling a busy career. 4. Ingrid Bergman. Ingrid Bergman, the brilliant actress that she was a warm human being who won over whoever she met. She's particularly famous for her roles in movies like Casablanca, Gaslight, and Notorious, but she became one of the biggest stars of Hollywood during the golden age of movie magic. Yet, despite all the fame that surrounded her, she remained gracious and unpretentious. On screen, Ingrid was magnetic. Her emotional performances and air of genuineness with every role she played made her one of the most beloved actresses of her time. Her natural beauty and undeniable talent drew audiences to her. However, what truly made her stand out was her kind and unassuming nature off-screen. Bergman was a daughter of Sweden's middle class. This may have aided her in staying down to earth even as she attained stardom. Colleagues and directors spoke highly of her professionalism and the approachability of her warm personality. She was not someone to be treated differently or act better than others, which made her very nice to work with. Despite facing personal challenges, including controversies in her personal life, Ingrid handled situations with grace and resilience. Her willingness to take risks, both in her career and life, showed her courage and depth of character. Ingrid Bergman's philanthropy was not confined to the Hollywood screen. She also quietly supported the causes dear to her, and even lent a helping hand if she was able. And her honest warmth left a lifetime impression on those fortunate enough to know her. 5. Gregory Peck. Gregory Peck was more than a Hollywood legend. He was a man of integrity and kindness, who left a lasting impression on everyone he met. He was known for his powerful performances in classics like To Kill a Mockingbird, Roman Holiday, and Cape Fear. He was admired for playing characters with strong values and a sense of justice. What made him special, however, was the amount of that goodness, which was part of his real personality. Peck became a household name for his role as Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird. His portrayal of the wise and fair lawyer fighting against racial injustice made audiences respect him even more. Many believed that the character mirrored who Gregory Peck was in real life, a man with a strong moral compass who stood up for what was right. Off-camera, Peck was always known for his generosity towards fans and colleagues. He had time to sign autographs, respond to fan letters, and make people feel special. On set, he treated everybody with respect, whether they were co-stars or members of the crew. Peck had a calm, approachable demeanor that made him a joy to work with. He also used his influence to promote great causes, such as civil rights and humanitarian causes. Peck believed in giving back and often spoke out about issues that mattered, even if it wasn't popular to do so. 6. Judy Garland. Judy Garland was one of Hollywood's brightest stars for her unforgettable voice and heart-winning performances. She became a household name when she starred as Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, singing the iconic Over the Rainbow. But it didn't end there. Garland lit up the screen in musicals like Meet Me in St. Louis and A Star is Born, securing her place as one of the greatest performers of the golden age of Hollywood. Despite all the tremendous success she had, Judy had many personal struggles, such as severe pressure from the Hollywood studios and health problems. However, what made her special was the fact that she was always warm and friendly to the people around her, even in hard times. Many of her co-stars and friends describe her as kind, funny, and approachable, and someone who has put everyone at ease. Judy's goodness wasn't limited to her co-stars. She was very affectionate toward her fans, and this affection led her to always go the extra mile and get in touch with her fans in many ways, from deep performances to personal contact. She was just so warm that people just couldn't resist being close to her. Off-screen, Garland was a very playful and charming person. She loved to joke around and share stories, which made people happy. 7. Cary Grant. Cary Grant was the epitome of Hollywood charm. With his smooth voice, dashing looks, and effortless charisma, he became one of the most iconic actors of the Golden Age. Known for his roles in classics like North by Northwest, To Catch a Thief, and His Girl Friday, Grant captured hearts everywhere with his mix of sophistication and humor. But behind that suave exterior was a man known for his sharp wit and genuine kindness. On screen, Cary Grant often played confident and clever characters, but off-screen, he was equally admired for his warmth. He had a playful sense of humor that made him a delight to be around. Co-stars frequently spoke about how fun it was to work with him because he kept the mood light and positive on set. Even colleagues were blessed by Grant. He showed his generosity more towards fans. He will readily take out time to revert to their letters or just encourage aspirants to venture into this acting world. True to Hollywood glamour, though, it never changed what he is. Cary Grant's journey to stardom was no easy feat. Born in Bristol, England, Archibald Leach had a difficult childhood before making his way to America and becoming the star we know today. Perhaps the early years of hardship helped him stay grounded and empathetic, even as he became one of Hollywood's biggest names. 8. Jean Arthur. Jean Arthur was one of the most beloved Hollywood actresses of its golden age, whose performances were adorable and had a distinctive voice, starring in classics like Mr. Smith, Goes to Washington, You Can't Take It With You, and The More the Merrier. She charmed the audiences with her wit and comedy. But what made Jean truly stand out wasn't her talent alone. It was her niceness and sensitivity, particularly toward her co-stars. A large star in Hollywood, Jean is known to be shy in public and to avoid cameras when she is not filming. There were no glamorous parties nor antic stunts for her to indulge in. She merely worked and kept quiet. Some of those who worked alongside Jean spoke about how considerate and respectful she always was, making everyone around her feel comfortable on location. The humility of Jean was another reason why she was so liked. She was a major star, but she never acted superior or demanding. She treated everyone, from fellow actors to crew members, with the same level of respect and kindness. Her shy nature may have made her appear to be a reserved person, but Jean had a warm and caring personality that came out through her actions. She genuinely valued her relationships and went out of her way to be supportive, whether it was offering advice to younger actors or sharing a kind word with those around her. 9. Bing Crosby. He was one of the most iconic entertainers of Hollywood's golden age, known for his smooth voice and relaxed charm. He was one of the household names when he became a part of Hollywood's golden age, with timeless hits like White Christmas and memorable performances in films such as Going My Way and Holiday Inn. But beyond his incredible talent, Crosby was admired for his humility and generosity, making him one of the nicest stars of his time. Despite being a superstar, Crosby was wonderfully earthy. He was one of those stars who, despite fame, would treat everyone with respect, from fans to fellow artists on the sets, and the whole crew loved to be around him because of his easygoing and professional behavior. Bing also was very charitable. He loved giving back and had been involved in many causes over the years. During World War II, Crosby performed for the troops, bringing comfort and entertainment to soldiers far from home. He also donated generously to organizations helping veterans, children, and those in need. 10. Spencer Tracy. Spencer Tracy is one of the most renowned Hollywood actors during its golden age, with exceptional talent and memorable performances. He has starred in such classics as Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, Captain's Courageous, and Judgment at Nuremberg, with all those wonderful accolades for his deep emotional portrayals of characters. However, what made Spencer Tracy different was his approachable, down-to-earth personality that made everyone love working with him. On set, Tracy had the reputation of being extremely easy to work with. Every day, he was bringing friendliness and positive energy into the group. He was not a tantrum thrower or a diva. Instead, he made himself try to treat every director down to the last crew member with respect. His humility made the co-stars all love working with him because they appreciated that he was kind to others who may feel uncomfortable. What made Spencer Tracy different was that he was very authentic. He was never pretentious and tried to be something more than what he was. Being famous and successful did not make him change, nor did it prevent him from being accessible. A long-term co-star who shared many movies with him, Audrey Hepburn, praised Spencer Tracy not only for his talent, but also for making everyone around him feel equal. 11. Myrna Loy. Myrna Loy is one of the beloved stars of Hollywood's golden age, known for elegance, beauty, and wonderful talent. She became so famous for a set of film roles, especially the Thin Man series, where she played as clever and charming Nora Charles alongside William Powell. Each performance she made was a symbol of elegance, and everyone couldn't wait to be present in that screen along with her. That is why she got the nickname the Queen of Hollywood. But what made Myrna special was not just her success on screen, but her kindness and poise off screen that made everyone love her. Myrna was one of the kindest actresses in Hollywood. She had a natural ability to make people feel comfortable, whether they were fellow actors, crew members, or fans. On set, she was respected for her professionalism and friendly, down-to-earth attitude. Despite all the fame, Myrna never acted like a diva. Instead, she was always polite, gracious, and considerate, creating a warm atmosphere wherever she went. Her elegance was not only part of her public image, but was an extension of her character. She treated everyone with respect and kindness, always smiling or speaking kindly. Myrna was also a social activist, using her voice to promote the necessary movements, such as civil rights and women's rights. 12. Deborah Kerr. Deborah Kerr was one of the most elegant and talented actresses in Hollywood, with incredible beauty and a mesmerizing performance. She appeared in such timeless films as The King and I, An Affair to Remember, and From Here to Eternity, where she played strong, elegant characters who made a lasting impression on audiences. What made Deborah stand out, however, was her off-screen kindness and professionalism, which made her one of the nicest stars of Hollywood's golden age. Deborah was appreciated both for her acting skills as well as the way she treated people generally. Whether she was to act with other actors, crew members, or someone in a different department, she was always respectful, thoughtful, and easy to work with. It made her a big joy to collaborate with because the person was known for their ability to make others feel easy, valued, and liked in the set. Her elegance was not only on screen. Deborah carried herself with grace and poise in real life as well, earning respect from everyone she met. She had a gentle, caring personality and would often go out of her way to support others. It was clear that Deborah's kindness wasn't just an act, it was who she truly was. 13. Danny Kaye. He was a Hollywood legend best known for his comedic brilliance and endless charm. Danny was a man who, from The Secret Life of Walter Mitty to White Christmas or even Hans Christian Andersen, had the ability to make people laugh. He was great on screen, but there was something that made him famous for having a very kind heart and dedicating himself to helping others, make him one of the nice actors in Hollywood's golden age. What made Danny Kaye really stand out was his generosity and compassion. He did not spend all his time on himself. He spent a lot of it giving back. Danny was a UNICEF ambassador who worked very hard to improve the lives of children around the world. He traveled to more than 65 countries, using his fame to raise awareness and funds for kids in need. His ability to make people smile wasn't just limited to his acting. He brought hope and happiness to countless lives through his humanitarian work. To this, off-camera, Danny was known to be warm and funny. He is a guy who can brighten up the room with his presence and make everyone feel welcomed and valued. His colleagues love working with him, and his fans adore him for being approachable and genuine. 14. Barbara Stanwyck. Barbara Stanwyck was one of the most talented and admired actresses of Hollywood's golden age. Known for her versatility, she delivered unforgettable performances in classics like Double Indemnity, Stella Dallas, and Ball of Fire. She could play any role, whether it was a femme fatale, a struggling mother, or a sharp-witted heroine. But what really made Barbara special was not just her talent, but her incredible work ethic and supportive nature, which made her one of the nicest stars of her time. Barbara was not known to be a die-hard, dedicated artist unless one talks about her relationship with her craft. She approached every performance professionally and with a determination to give her best. With such a hard-working nature, she inspired everyone, the director to co-stars, watching her work. Though not selfishly focused only on her success, she genuinely supported those around her. Barbara would often counsel the younger actors, motivating them and giving them advice through which they could succeed in this very competitive field. Off-screen, Barbara was gracious. She was so approachable and friendly and treated with respect all people she had met, regardless of how big in the industry those people may be. The humility attached to her made her beloved both by her peers and to fans who loved her grace and authenticity. 15. Greer Garson. Greer Garson was a beacon of grace and talent in Hollywood's golden age. Known for her powerful performances in films like Mrs. Miniver and Pride and Prejudice, Garson exuded elegance both on and off the screen. Her ability to bring depth and dignity to her roles made her a favorite among audiences and critics alike, earning her an Academy Award and multiple nominations. But Garson's impact wasn't limited to her acting skills. Her compassion and kindness made her one of the most beloved stars in Hollywood. She had a genuine warmth that made her stand out, treating everyone with the same respect and care, whether they were co-stars, fans, or studio crew members. Garson was known for her charitable work, often dedicating her time and resources to help others. Her grace under pressure also left a lasting impression. During World War II, she used her platform to boost morale, often participating in efforts to support soldiers and their families. She balanced her fame with humility, showing that kindness and compassion are just as important as talent. 16. Fred Astaire. The Fred Astaire of Hollywood is more than just an icon. It is a legend in terms of dance, acting, and charm. He brought smooth moves and effortless style to films such as Top Hat, Swing Time, and Holiday Inn. Pairing this with the likes of other popular leading ladies like Ginger Rogers, he made the screens come alive, bringing forth joy and elegance, truly remaining the finest dance maker. But aside from his incredible talent, Fred Astaire was a beloved man for his humility and true kindness, making him one of the nicest actors in Hollywood's golden age. This movie legend was so grounded despite being famous. Astaire has always been one of the filmmakers in the film industry who shows respect to fellow actors or behind-the-scenes crew people. Co-stars often rave about how easy and wonderful it is to work with him. His charm isn't an act, but who he is. From rehearsing his intricate dance routines up to the shoot of a famous scene, he treated the work professionally but warmly as well. Astaire was also very humble about his talent. As people praised his dancing and acting, he would downplay his abilities, talking more about his love for the craft. He once famously said, "I just put my feet in the air and moved them around." But anyone who worked with him knew his talent came from tireless practice and a passion for perfection. 17. Katharine Hepburn. Katharine Hepburn was one of Hollywood's most iconic independent actresses with a no-nonsense attitude. With sharp wit and determination, she broke open the mold for women in this film industry, starring in timeless classics like The Philadelphia Story, Bringing Up Baby, and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. She paved way for strong, intelligent characters, earning her 4 Academy Awards, still a record for any actor. Despite her tough, independent nature, Katharine had a softer side that made her beloved by those who truly knew her. She was deeply kind to close friends and co-workers, sometimes going out of her way for them. Hepburn did not care about the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. She focused on the people around her, making authentic connections that lasted a lifetime. Everyone she treated, from directors to the crew at sets, had respect for her. From what many said, she was a team player and understood the value of teamwork. Though she carried boldness in her reputation, kindness always shone out from her personal relationships. She believed in standing up for herself and others, and hence became a role model to many women in Hollywood and outside. 18. Clark Gable. Clark Gable is often referred to as the King of Hollywood. In the Golden Age, this was one of the most charming and talented actors, famous for the role of Rhett Butler in Gone with the Wind, which kept audiences mesmerized by the dashing good looks of the actor, along with his charismatic performances in movies like It Happened One Night and Mutiny on the Bounty. He epitomized a leading man, but humility and kindness were what set him apart. Despite his great popularity, Gable never appeared superior to anyone. He was blessed with a natural charm that was so easy and appealing. He was always affable to his peers and fans and created a feeling of brotherhood among them. He is known for his easygoing nature and wit, both on and off the screen. Whether it was in conversation with his co-actors or crew members, Gable was the same friendly and polite. Off-screen, Gable's kind nature extended into his personal life. He was a man known for his generosity and loyalty as a friend. He was always there for someone when they needed a helping hand. This earthy quality made him one of the most popular people in Hollywood. The sweetest story of Gable is when he joined the U.S. Army Air Forces during World War II, following the passing away of his wife, Carol Lombard. He was still a Hollywood superstar. Yet he took on the role to serve the nation for even greater public adoration, humility, and bravery. 19. Shirley Temple. More than a child actress, though, was Shirley Temple as a worldwide phenomenon bringing a little light and joy amid the Depression. Her shiny curls and sparkling eyes will come to the mind when viewers remember one of the inimitable dimples accompanied by performances in such epic classics like Bright Eyes, Curly Top, with cheerful songs, among others, anthems of bliss in terrible times like the song On the Good Ship Lollipop. But Shirley's charm wasn't just for show on screen. She was the same delight and down-to-earth off camera. At such a young age, Shirley garnered immense fame, but this did not make her an arrogant star. She was kind to everyone, whether they were co-stars, directors, or fans. Her professionalism and cheerful nature made it a pleasure to work with her, and she acquired lifelong friendships in the industry. 20. William Powell. William Powell was the embodiment of charm and wit in Hollywood's golden age. Most famous for playing the clever detective Nick Charles in the Thin Man series, Powell's acting style blended sophistication and humor in the perfect mixture. He could make each line feel as if it were being said in real life, and each scene sparkle with him often, along with his frequent co-star, Myrna Loy. Off-camera, Powell was just as sweet. People loved him for his good heart and warm personality. Whether he shared a laugh with cast members or lent an ear to someone, Powell's thoughtful nature made him loved by everyone he worked with. Being a star did not change the approachability and humility in the way he treated people. After losing his fiancée, actress Jean Harlow, in a tragic manner, he displayed great strength while still being supportive to his peers and friends.